Good morning. My name is Greg Tomkala. I'm an Applied Research Coordinator here at the East Central Research Foundation in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, Canada. This is one of the 8 agri-ARM sites within the province of Saskatchewan, and we're talking about our 2026 field trials that we have this year. Chickpea demonstration, investigating optimal seeding rates and cultivar selections. In this one, we have 3 different cultivars. They are all Kabuli chickpea varieties. It is CDC Lancer, CDC Pasqua, and CDC Orkney. And with that, we have 3 different seeding rates. A high seeding rate of 56 plants per square meter, a standard seeding rate of 37 plants per square meter, and a low seeding rate of 18 plants per square meter. The purpose of this trial is to see if chickpeas are a viable pulse crop for the black soil zone region. As traditionally, chickpeas are a crop for the light brown and the brown soil zone, typically with low rainfall, low precipitation. However, as we will see, the chickpeas are doing quite well this year. This is a comparison of high density seeding versus low density seeding, both planted early at the same time, and we can see the difference between canopy and biomass between the two. If we look at the low density, we have plants present, however, not what I would consider to be a great amount of plants, and certainly not viable enough to have an ideal yield for a producer. Whereas the one on my other side here, nice, uniform, thick stand. In order to get that, you have to plant at a higher seeding rate. However, at the end of the day, this is more ideal, the higher seeding rate versus the lower seeding rate, especially because chickpea is not a very competitive crop. This is CDC Orkney, planted at the low seeding rate. It was planted at an earlier point in the season because we have 2 different planting windows, an early planting and a late planting. This plot, even though it is the low seeding rate, is actually filled in quite nicely because of the early planting. This is the CDC Orkney at the low seeding rate of 18 plants per square meter, and this is late seeded, about 15 to 18 days later planted than the early seeded. And we can see a substantial difference in both plant emergence and density of the crop in general. And typically with chickpeas, they are a vector for many different diseases of the pulse crops, being anthracnosis, ascochyta, and a handful of other ones. And as we can see, this one plant here is already starting to turn yellow from disease and die off. This is common occurrence in chickpeas, and we should expect that for any growers trying to grow chickpeas in the black soil zone. You will have to do multiple fungicide applications in order to keep your chickpea crop alive throughout the growing season. This project is a favine demonstration. It is investigating exploring the potential benefits of plant growth regulators used in pulse crops here in Saskatchewan. So with this experiment specifically, we are examining how plant growth regulators, PGRs, if they have an effect on pulse crops. Typically, we don't have a lot of information on that because PGRs are new products for us here in Western